Today we are going to be talking about how to be a YouTuber in 2021. So all of my advice completely unfiltered as a smaller creator, telling you everything I know, all of my secrets about monetization, about getting views, getting subscribers, and just literally everything I know I'm going to share with you in this video. Hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi, I'm Bella. I'm so happy that you're here. So just for some background, I have been consistent on YouTube for about a year and a half, I would say, and I make videos about all different kinds of stuff like lifestyle, vlogs, college content, and also videos like this about like being a smaller creator and trying to grow and all that good stuff. So right now I have 11.5 thousand subscribers, and about a year ago, so on Christmas Day of 2019 is when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I have grown from 1,000 subscribers to almost 12,000. So I'm going to tell you everything I did that helped me, all of my tips, all of my advice. So I have written down a notebook with all the ideas I want to share. I'm going to talk about all the topics that I get the most questions about. So first I want to talk about what tools you need, so like editing, cameras, etc. Next, I'm going to talk about monetization and working with brands. Third, I'm going to talk about how to get views on YouTube as a smaller creator. Fourth, I'm going to talk about how to be consistent slash not go crazy, because I am a full-time college student and full-time YouTuber also. And then finally, how to get subscribers, the thing that has worked the best for me. Editing this, and I just wanted to let you know that I will have the timestamps for each of these sections down below if you want to skip around. Yeah, I hope that helps. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about small YouTubers. So I'm just using that as a blanket term before anyone like comes at me for like saying that I'm small or anything. I'm just going to be defining it as anyone who would fall under the term micro influencer, which is typically regarded as like 1,000 to 100,000, I think. I will put the Google definition right here because I think I'm wrong. I also have my iced coffee. I'm so excited about this topic to chat that I like haven't taken a breath since I've started filming, so so good. This is actually my first coffee of the day, so it's been a day. So the first thing I want to talk about is tools in general. I'm just going to do this really quickly because everyone likes to use different stuff. I'm just going to tell you personally what I use to edit and my favorite things. So to edit my videos, I do use iMovie. I think it's a really underrated platform. It's free on Apple products and it's really easy to use. Then to edit my thumbnails, I do use PicMonkey, but if you want a really amazing free option, you should definitely use Canva. I also use that to make like channel banners, basically anything graphic design that you need for your channel. They will probably have a template that's like really cute and you can just like change the name and you're golden. For my SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, I am really big on tags. That's something I'm going to talk about a little bit later in this video, but if you are a small creator, you must use tags. It is the most important aspect, in my personal opinion, are tags and keywords in actually getting views, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. So the tool I use for that is called TubeBuddy. It's a Chrome extension, or I'm sure you can get it on like Firefox or whatever. Totally free. I have a link to it right down below, so just use that link and you can get it for free. It's really amazing. It has literally changed my channel, so I will talk about that in a second. So for filming equipment, the camera that I'm using right now is the Canon SX730HS Power Shot camera, which is a mouthful. That's the camera that I'm filming on right now. I do suggest it as a beginner camera just because it's way less expensive than the Canon G7X, but I am planning to upgrade to the G7X Mark III in January. Also, if you are just starting your channel, please use your iPhone. Do not like spend a ton of money on a new camera if you're not like 100% sure that you want to do YouTube full-time or like really commit to it. Definitely wait to invest in a camera until you're really sure, because iPhone cameras and like just smartphone cameras in general are like actually really quality these days. Okay, coffee break. The next topic that I want to talk about is monetization / working with brands. So just basically like all things money on YouTube, because when I like started and was trying to get monetized, I was super confused about how it worked and like how to actually like get the most out of it. So I just want to explain it really quickly. To make money from YouTube, first you have to meet some criteria. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch time hours in the last month, I think. So basically YouTube just wants to know that you're really serious and committed to actually creating content before they monetize your videos. Basically how you earn money after that is you just apply to be monetized. It's really easy. You just like hit a couple buttons in the creator studio, and once you get approved after you hit 1,000 subscribers, every time that someone watches one of your videos and they watch an ad that plays in the beginning or the middle, you get a very small percentage of what the advertiser paid to put the ad in your video. So I know it can sound kind of confusing, but basically you're just getting paid for the ads on your videos. YouTube gets half the money and you get half the money. And when I say half the money, I mean like cents. And then depending on what kind of content you're making, what video topics you do, that will be worth more money to advertisers and sometimes less money. So to give you an example of how much YouTube takes, the right hand side is the CPM, so that's how much advertisers are paying per 1,000 views on my video, and the left side is the RPM, which is the amount that I'm actually getting. So as you can see, YouTube takes a very large chunk of what you make from the ads, but again, as your views go up, so will your money, so just keep that in mind. So I'm not going to go into it really any more than that. I am planning to make a whole video really soon about how much money I made this entire year from just YouTube AdSense, because it's my first year being monetized. So I'm going to tell you exactly how much I made this year, which is really exciting. So definitely subscribe and stick around if you want to see that video. It should be it should be coming out very soon. First of all, know that it is not a lot of money. Your first YouTube paycheck is probably going to be really small. They won't even pay you until you have reached the benchmark of $100 earned. Also, like, a lot of YouTubers do seem to make a lot of money, but especially when you're a smaller creator, it's not that much, just because in terms of your views and then how many hours you're actually working on your channel, it's gonna be pretty low. I made a video about my first YouTube paycheck, and for that one I calculated how much I was working, like how many hours I was putting in, and then how much money I was actually making, and it was about 10 cents an hour. But the more that you work on your channel and just keep going with it, you're gonna make more money as you get more views. So my amount per hour has definitely gone up since then, since I've been monetized for a whole year, and my views have definitely gone up a little bit. So I also just quickly want to touch on working with brands in this part. One common misconception is that small YouTubers and like small creators can't work with brands. That is not true at all. Again, I'm designating small as a large group of people. I understand that. But I just worked with Amazon Prime and got paid a contract deal with Amazon Prime. That was so cool. I've worked with a bunch of small businesses. I've worked with FabFitFun. So first of all, it's not impossible. Micro influencers and small creators are super valuable to brands, and don't forget that. Like, ask for your money's worth. Create a business email a bunch of brands, and actually like ask to be paid for your work, because you deserve it. And also, if you are kind of starting to get some traction, maybe get a little bit of viewers and subscribers, definitely make a media kit. I'll put a screenshot of mine right here. So again, go to Canva and just search media kit, and then find a template and customize it to you. It's basically a document that says what your analytics are, you know, how many subscribers do you have, what is your content like, and then you send that to brands. Ooh, someone just honked. And then you send that to brands kind of like as a pitch, like, here's my brand, like, here's how many subscribers I have, like, would you want to work together? So yeah, my big thing is I thought that no one would like want to work with me because I didn't have a huge channel. That's not true. Put yourself out there, make a media kit, and it's kind of really cool what you can achieve. The next thing that I want to talk about is getting views. I feel like this is the thing that I've learned the most about this year, gotten the best about, and just like come to understand more this year. So like I said, my channel grew a lot this summer from about 1,000 subscribers to almost 12,000. So for me personally, in the long history of my channel, that was a really big deal. Like, that's the most growth I've ever seen. Truth bomb number one, which is so important, is the way that small creators and small channels get views is through their searchability. So basically, you know, these big channels, they get millions of views. Like, YouTube is pushing their content and showing it to people because it's already doing really well. But if you're a small channel and no one really knows about you yet, the only way that people are going to find you is if they search something and your video has the answer to that question, or has the same title, or is about the subject that they are specifically looking for. Not the only way, but the biggest way, in my opinion, that you're going to get views is if you have searchable videos. It's so important. And just to show you how important this is to my channel, I think that 60% of the views on my channel are from people searching for something and my video coming up. So if you think about it, like, even though I have, you know, like almost 12,000 subscribers, my views are not coming from my subscribers. The people who are watching my videos and then subscribing are from search results. The thing that I do to make sure that people can find my videos through search is I use the tool called TubeBuddy, which I talked about a little earlier. Again, I will link it down below. It is a free Chrome extension. So basically you can just use it to search different keywords and see if people want to look for them. You could look up winter 2020 morning routine and then see what the score is. So basically it's going to see like how many people are looking for it, how many videos there already are about that subject, and see how well your video could potentially do. And then use those in your title, repeat them in the description of your video, and use them as tags in the bottom of your video. So repeating the keywords is just as important as having them in the first place. And I had no idea that like tags and what your title says and what your description says was important at all. And I can definitely see from my analytics and how many of my videos like views come from search how crucially important that is. My room makeover videos have like done really well because I did well in that search term, which is like room makeover 2020 or like aesthetic room makeover or something. So after you have your keyword that ranks well, which this one's the room makeover one, repeat it in the title, here in the description. So actually write it in the description and then scroll down and make sure that you add it as a tag in the tag section. A couple other things I just want to mention about views is don't do sub for sub. I mean, I feel like this applies to all social media. The entire idea of just like spamming people and like subscribing to a bunch of people and hoping that they'll subscribe back is not going to generate like genuine viewership. I know it's really tempting to do. I definitely did that on Instagram and like Pinterest like 6 years ago, and it seemed like it was working for a while, but honestly, if people are just subscribing to you so you'll subscribe to them, they don't really care about your content that much, and they're not going to be a valuable subscriber and like actually watch your videos. So just keep that in mind. You know, YouTube is really about building genuine relationships with your subscribers, and that's way more valuable than a bunch of people who won't watch your videos. Coffee break. It's literally like a business school with Bella video. Low-key love it though. I really hope this is helpful. Okay, the next thing I want to touch upon really quick is being consistent and how to basically not go insane and like manage doing YouTube, because a lot of people don't realize it's so much work. The biggest thing, I know so many people say it in like every YouTube advice video, but I found it's really true, is that you need to be consistent. I personally think that letting go of perfectionism and posting an imperfect video is more important than having a perfect video and only posting like once a month. I think ideally you would post once a week or twice a week is even better. Yeah, I know it's hard and I know everyone says it, but you have to be consistent, because the people who are subscribed to you, they need to know they can trust that you're going to show up for them and be there for them. and that is really, really valuable. The other thing about being consistent, basically how I do it is I plan like a fiend. I know some people aren't like that, but I literally every morning I have my planner. I write down like each hour of the day what I'm going to do, and honestly that's the only way I can survive, because doing school full time and doing YouTube is really time consuming, and if I don't keep track of it I will lose my mind. I just wanted to show you all what planner I use really quick. If you've seen any of my vlogs, you know I use this every single day, but it is the Dream Achieve workbook planner. I love it because it was designed by one of my favorite YouTubers, Hannah Ashton, and it combines like content planning, so actually like social media planning in the layout and also school, which is amazing. I will have a link down below. I know that they are out of physical copies right now, but if you want a digital planner, they also have those and they're really awesome. So yeah, just thought I would share. It's my favorite thing ever. Okay, back to the video. So planning 101, really, really important. Also, I think this is overlooked, but just keep yourself inspired. Like, that's the biggest thing for being consistent for me, is if I don't feel motivated and don't enjoy what I'm doing, obviously I'm not going to want to do it. So watching vloggers who inspire me, going on Pinterest like 24/7, it's what works for me. So whatever makes you feel happy and motivated to create, surround yourself with that. Okay, the last subject I want to talk about before I have like my one piece of like essential advice at the end is how to get subscribers. This is a question I get a lot, and like I've mentioned like an annoying amount of times so far, I grew a lot in subscribers this summer and this whole year, so I want to share what helped me with that, because getting to 1,000 subscribers is super, super hard. Like getting from 0 to 1,000 I think is the most difficult. Once you get to 1,000 it gets a little bit easier and you kind of gain more traction. Okay, my SD card just filled up, but we are back. Search definitely matters 100%, just like the part I was talking about in getting views. And also making seasonal content is also a great way to broaden your audience and get a lot of exposure as a small creator, which is usually really hard to do. So for example, like a bunch of my videos that have done like really well, like in terms of what normally happens on my channel, are seasonal videos, which are back to school videos. So like dorm shopping, back to school supply shopping, that kind of stuff. I did them really early in the year, so basically those are really in demand every year. So the biggest thing that contributed to my subscriber growth this year is cross promotion. I have a TikTok account and I started making content on there at the beginning of this summer, and I started making advice about being a small YouTuber, my experience, like what camera I use, just all of that kind of stuff. And I found that there wasn't any information like out there really about that kind of subject. So my TikTok started doing really, really well, and people who were watching my TikTok were then following that back to my channel and subscribing, which is incredible. So that was literally the biggest factor to my growth. So 100% you should cross promote your channel on Instagram and on TikTok. TikTok is great because it has such a potential for going viral that I think it's really worth promoting your channel on there. Also, just like the views thing, you need to care about the subscribers you already have. You need to respond to comments, you need to engage with them, because they're amazing and they've already subscribed and are supporting you, and that's incredible. And you know, taking care of your little YouTube family before you try and like grow and like get the attention of other people, you need to take care of the people who are already subscribed and care about them because they're amazing. So yeah. Also, I already talked about this, but it's so important, I have to say it again: consistency. If people can rely on you to consistently post on the same days, at the same times, in the same weeks, that just builds trust, and that is super valuable for people who are subscribed. They want to know that you are actually going to make content for them to enjoy, and they want to know when they can expect it. Okay, I feel like I just have some last final advice to give you, which if you don't really follow this end thing, like none of the stuff I just said is really going to be helpful. And that is that if you are thinking about starting a channel, you need to just start now. You need to start right now and go for it. because it's not going to be less saturated next week or next year or anything. So yeah, I know it can be scary and I know it can be stressful and just a lot of emotions, but if this is something that you've been thinking about, you should really start now and do it. Literally, I believe anyone can be successful on YouTube. Again, I am not crazy successful in any way. I'm just trying to grow and I just love what I do and I love sharing my insight and things that I've learned with you. Also, I really would love to turn this into a kind of like series and make more videos around this topic. So if you have any ideas for a name for this series, comment down below because I think that'd be really cute. I love you and I will see you in my next video. Okay, peace. Bye.